Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. We are really excited to be talking to all of you today about mobile marketing and mobile apps. We will get started in just a couple of minutes here. We see some people still joining us. So in the meantime, we would love to get to know all of you. So when you have a second, feel free to drop a message in the chat to let us know where you're located, maybe the name of your business, or introduce yourself if you'd like. And we will do the same in the meantime. My name is Miranda. I'm the marketing manager here at Easy Facility, and I am located outside of Philadelphia. A lot of our team is located in New York, but we are, like many businesses, fully remote at this point. So we've got people all over. For me today, it is actually a beautiful day out. We're in that perfect point between spring and summer. And it's just everything is green and flowers blooming. And so I'm a pretty happy camper this morning and hope all of you are too, and excited to talk about mobile apps. But Steve, I know we're in a very different location, so things might look a little different for you today.
Absolutely, yeah. So thanks, Miranda. Yeah, my name's Steve. I'm the operations manager for Easy Facility. I am based in the UK, as you've probably already guessed from the accent. I wish it was lovely and sunny here. Unfortunately, it's quite grey and overcast, which is probably quite typical for us here in the UK. But we've been promised some nice weather over the weekend, so fingers crossed.
There we go. Excellent. I can see we've got a few people chatting in. Nice to meet everyone. Ryan, Julie, Matt. Got people in Chicago, in Michigan, near Lake Michigan. Oh, that's a beautiful part of the country. Let's see. All over the place. Well, welcome everyone. Maine as well. Awesome. See some sports organizations, some fitness as well. And you know, the great thing about today's topic is that it's excellent for all different types of businesses, and as we'll get into, surprisingly easy to implement with some great value in terms of the marketing impact and retention impact as well. Again, we'll just give it a few more minutes here to let everyone get on the call before we officially kick off. Let me just give it one more minute here. Again, if you're just joining us, welcome. Thank you for being here, and feel free to drop a message in the chat to let us know where you're located, or the name of your business, or just generally introduce yourself if you'd like. Sometimes it's good for us going into these types of presentations to see what types of businesses you're running so that we can tailor that a little bit better to your needs, give some specific tips. Hi, Tia. Hi, Dennis. Thanks for joining us. Some baseball facilities, sports clubs. Okay. A lot of different businesses. That's great. Excellent. All right. Well, I'm sure a few people will still continue to join us as we kick off here, but I think we'll go ahead and get into the presentation at this point to make sure we have enough time for questions at the end. So again, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's webinar on 8 mobile marketing tips for sales and retention with the Easy Facility branded app. As we mentioned, I'm Miranda. I'm the marketing manager here at Easy Facility, and my role throughout the webinar will be as your facilitator and moderator. I'll be helping out with questions and a Q&A at the end. Steve is our operations manager. He is based in the UK. And in addition to that, he also does help lead our mobile app team. So he has some great examples of what our clients have been doing to use mobile apps and mobile marketing to engage their clients and really further their efforts as far as retaining and attracting new clients, filling their schedules, things like that. So we're really excited to have him present, and he'll really be the star of the show today, taking us through the bulk of the presentation. I'll just take you through a quick agenda before we get into the presentation itself. So first, you will be going over the benefits of mobile apps versus mobile websites and some of the other tactics that you might already be using. He'll share some data on this, and this will give you an idea of where mobile apps will play a slightly different role than some of the marketing retention efforts you might be doing already, and how this could really complement your other efforts. Then he'll get into the 8 practical ways that you can use mobile apps for marketing and retention. So here he'll go into things like the tactics you can use specifically to boost your online bookings or increase referrals or retention. So here we'll get into the nitty-gritty of how to use the specific features and tools of mobile apps to see those benefits. Then he'll go into 3 easy steps to create your own custom mobile app. If you saw some of my emails that went out prior to this webinar, you may already have an idea that this is actually a surprisingly easy process, a lot easier than most people think. So this will give you a good overview, particularly if you haven't used a mobile app for your business or that's something you haven't thought about in the past. This will give you a really good summary of what that would look like if you were to get started and just how simple that process truly is. And then I also know that there are some people on the call today who are using a mobile app already. You might be using Easy Facilities Member Me Plus app. Well, this is a little bit different from having your own full-blown branded app. So we'll get into a little bit of the difference there as well and highlight, when it's the right time for you to upgrade to that branded app and what each can be used for. And then at the end, we'll have our Q&A session. So throughout the call, you can feel free to enter your questions into the questions box on the right-hand side of your screen. I'll be going through those throughout the presentation, doing my best to answer any quick things. And then at the end, we'll get into a larger discussion. And that's a perfect time to ask specific questions that might be relevant to your business, or if you're thinking about moving forward with mobile marketing, the specifics of what you'd want to do on your team. And just a couple of last housekeeping items here. Sorry. And the next slide, I just want to make sure I don't forget anything. Oh, also the recording will be sent out to you. We say within 24 hours as our rule, but it will actually be to you much sooner than that. You should see that in your inboxes within about an hour. And please do stay till the end. We will also, again, in my emails, you may have noted that we do have a special offer for anyone who decided to join us today. So we'll tell you about that at the end and then explain the details that you'll be getting via email afterwards along with the recording. So do stick around. We want to get your questions answered. We want to tell you everything that we have to offer you to help with your mobile marketing efforts. So yeah, we're really excited for all of you to be here, really excited to get started, and I will turn it over to Steve.
Fantastic. Thanks, Miranda, for that intro. And thanks again for everyone for joining us today. We do really appreciate how valuable your time is, especially as we get closer and closer to the summer. And I'm sure some of you will be taking a kind of a well overdue vacation. So appreciate you taking the time to listen in today. The purpose of this webinar, as Miranda has gone through, is the 8 mobile marketing tips for sales and retention. So I'm going to walk you through those 8 tips in just a moment. But I wanted to begin this webinar really, before we get into those tips, just by highlighting what we see as the key benefits of using a mobile app versus using something like mobile websites. There's been plenty of research done on why users prefer one versus the other, but I just wanted to focus here on a couple of key stats for you. 85% of users feel more comfortable with apps than they do with mobile websites. The ease of unlocking your phone and seeing that icon on your home screen and knowing that you're going to go straight into where you need to be without having to navigate through a website really does put people at ease. There is so much going on in our lives, there's so much noise in everyone's lives. Why would you not want to make things as easy and as simple as possible for your clients? 90% of time on mobile devices is spent in apps. I'm an iPhone user, but I know there is an Android equivalent. And every Monday morning or whatever day you have this set for, I get that dreaded notification that says your screen time is up 20% from last week. Now, if you haven't thrown your device out of the window at this point and stopped to actually look at the data, you'll be amazed to see where you're spending your time. Once you've stopped gasping, I guess, at how much time you spend on social media, you will find that much of your screen time is spent using apps. Nearly every business has an app, and whatever the purpose of that app might be, and as a client and as a user, we've come to expect it. The third benefit there is the user experience. So an app is designed to fit your device. It's designed for a mobile phone, for a cell phone. Whereas a website is obviously going to have been designed for a much larger screen, a laptop or even a PC. So the ease of use and the experience of not having to scroll across and kind of pinch the screen in to find what you're looking for, with an app, everything is designed to fit on that home screen. And once those users have left the website, they're gone. So with an app, you can continue to market and promote your business to them, even if they don't have the app open. We'll be going through some of those kind of opportunities kind of during the webinar, but obviously the biggest one that I'm sure we can all think of straight away is push notifications. So if you haven't guessed already, here at Easy Facility, we do love a stat. So let me just take you through some of these on the screen here. 85% of consumers say they're likely to opt in to push notifications if those notifications offer discounts. And with a push notification, you're going to boost the app engagement by 88%. Push notifications have a 90% open rate. When you compare that to text messaging and emails, that really is quite a staggering statistic. And by using push notifications, you're going to boost the app retention rates by at least double. Users spend on average 3 hours, 40 minutes on mobile devices a day. So just referring back to that notification you get on the Monday morning, if you're below 3 hours 40, then you're below average, and all respect to you. More than 50% of all smartphone users move mobile apps to their home screen for easy access. So having your business, your gym, your sports facility on a home screen of your member's device always keeps you in their mind. So whether it's booking that next session or signing up to the next camp, class, clinic, you're going to be there at a push of a button. They can get in to see exactly what they need to be able to do that. Mobile apps accounted for 54% of all digital media usage in 2020. Mobile app users, as I've kind of talked about a little bit on the previous one, are more loyal to a brand than those that would just simply visit a mobile website. And probably the most staggering statistic, I guess, of all is that mobile point of sale revenue worldwide is expected to touch $48 billion by 2025. Hopefully we've sown the seeds there for why we love mobile apps, and hopefully how we can talk you through these tips here today to kind of get you excited about having your own custom branded app. So let's get going then with the 8 mobile marketing tips for sales and retention. Tip number 1, which we've already talked a little bit about already, but push notifications. We saw that stat earlier that 85% will opt into push notifications, especially if you send them special offers and promotions. A notification that goes directly to the device of a user is a powerful piece of marketing. Sending a push notification is simple with the Easy Facility branded app. And you can even choose to schedule them for a date or time in the future, which is super helpful for those notifications or offers that you want to start in the early mornings. There's no getting up to configure a push notification to go out at 7 o'clock in the morning. The notification is direct to a user's cell phone or device, and it will appear, as you can see here, directly on their screen. You can use up to 180 characters as well, so plenty of characters there to get your message across. They're also really impactful when you have those last minute changes to classes. Maybe a class is moving to a different studio, or there's a new instructor, or maybe you've had to cancel a class at the last minute. The open and read rates are also far higher than an email, as we looked at in the previous slide. With the in the health and fitness industry, for emails, the open rate tends to be around 22%. When you compare that to the 90% figure we just looked at on the push notification, it really is a staggering difference and shows how impactful something directly to a user's phone can be. Tip number 2, create a free trial pass. Let's be honest, who doesn't love something for nothing? There are many ways that you can use the trial pass. Perhaps it's just a call to action for anyone that's new to your facility and not yet a member. If you just want your app to be for members only, then how about using it to allow members to request a trial pass for their friends? The terms and conditions and what that trial pass includes can be completely configured by you, and the details come straight through to you as a lead as soon as they've requested that trial pass, so you can reach out to them and discuss it with them straight away. Tip number 3, share news, promos and events with our announcements feature. Do you have upcoming events or promotions that you want to let your members know about? Well, what better way to do it than with an image? You know what they say, actions speak louder than words. So adding an announcement is quick and easy, and you can even set a time frame that that stays live in the app for, which is again really good for those announcements or offers that have an expiry date. So you wouldn't want somebody to have the disappointment of thinking they've got a really good deal, but finding out that offer had expired yesterday. You can put that expiry date on there, so that announcement will disappear after that one has expired. Tip number 4, allowing your members to book their sessions quickly and easily. Sharing your schedules and allowing mobile booking could be the most important thing that you do in your mobile app. It is the most popular and definitely the heaviest used feature within our mobile apps. We saw that stat that 90% of time on mobile devices is spent in apps. Why would you not want to have your schedules available in an app for members to book? You can sort the sessions by date, time, type of activity, and even by the instructor. What's more, your members can even create their own schedule so they can see just their favorite classes. And other cool features include the ability to allow wait lists, because obviously there's nothing more frustrating than seeing a full class hit with a couple of last minute cancellations and there being nothing you can do about it. If you get members to commit to a wait list, even if they don't make the cut this time, then they're sure to book much earlier next time and make sure they get that space. Tip number 5 is enabling mobile check-in. You can see an example there of an electronic membership card that we've got there. But imagine your members are getting ready to come and train at your facility. They're bringing the water bottle, the towel, the headphones, the grips. The list is endless. So why not give them one less thing to remember and put their membership card in the app? It's a one-time setup for them, and it will always be handy for them when they're rushing to that early morning session or coming to the gym straight after the school run, when, let's face it, we're all susceptible to forgetting stuff. Furthermore, it's going to save you money. I'm sure that you're buying membership cards, RFID bands, or something similar to allow your members to check into the facility. By having the electronic membership cards, it means that you're not constantly stocking up your stock levels. Of course, when a member leaves, the chances of getting back that RFID band or the membership card are probably very slim. So you're constantly having to top those up to make sure you've got cards or bands for any new members. So putting it on the app means you can cut those costs straight out from your budget, and you can always push the members to download the app. Something that we've found our clients have great success with is actually including downloading of the app in the induction process. So when you walk them through the gym, when you walk them through the facility, when they're looking at different machines, creating workout plans for them, adding this as part of the induction process means that they have their mobile device with them, they download the app straight away. You can help them log in, and they also then don't have to kind of bother your reception team, or next time they come into the gym, they'll be there, they're ready to start booking classes, downloading the membership card and checking into the facility. Tip number 6, integrating your social media channels. You can make it easy for your clients to follow you on social media by integrating it on your homepage directly in your app. You can integrate Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And whether we like it or not, social media is probably the first place that somebody is looking for you or your business. And the easier it is to find you, the better. So what could be easier than a straight tap from your home screen of the app, straight to your channel? They can like or they can follow it there directly. Nothing worse than somebody thinking that they've liked your Facebook page or your Twitter page, and actually it's just somebody with a very similar name, and they're not getting any of your notifications or messages or updates at all. Tip number 7, and this is probably hands down my favorite tip. I'm probably a little bit more excited about this than I should be, but the social check-in feature in the Easy Facility branded mobile app can literally make you endless amounts of money. By allowing your members to share the fact that they are attending your facility on their own social media channels, they're basically providing you with free advertising. What could be better than that? They're telling their network that they're attending. It sparks interest in what they're doing and allows anyone that's seeing it to hit the link, and a link that you can set up and choose specific to a page that you want them to go to, like a sign up page, for example. And we all know that a referral from an existing member is always going to be one of the strongest kind of prospects that you could receive. What's more, you could even reward your existing members for the most shares onto social media, maybe the most shares in a week, most shares in a month. Just encourage them to share every session that they're doing to social media, so it gets it out to their wider group of friends who are likely to be local and be looking for something similar to what they're doing. Tip number 8, the final tip. So if any of these 7 previous tips has enticed a prospect to check out what you offer, then you're going to make sure that they can find you or they know how to contact you. By sharing your contact info, you can advertise your phone number, your opening hours, your address, your phone numbers, your emails. Most importantly, they're going to have a map within the app where they can find you. So whether that's in Apple Maps on the iOS app or Google Maps in the Android, they're going to be able to use that to navigate directly to your facility. You can also share other social media here as well. So maybe you're more prominent on Instagram, so you've got that on the home screen of your app, but you can also share your other social media channels in here as well. So how easy is it to get a branded app set up? There are really just free steps to getting your app live in the app stores for your members to download. The first stage is the design stage. So you're going to submit your logos and brand colors, and our designers are going to mock up your app for you. We've got an example there of a specific app that's been mocked up for a customer. But the one thing to remember here, just from looking at this image, is that you control the final look of your home screen using our home screen builder. So we will do all the hard work, get the colors looking right, the logo is exactly where you want them. But what you will be able to do down the road, if you decide to make some changes to that home screen, if you've got something different that you want to see, you want to jazz it up a little bit, then you're always going to be in full control of that home screen. So you don't need to come back to us every time you want to make a change there. It's going to be something that you're going to be completely in control of. The next stage is the approval process. So we're going to send you the design. You can request any changes to colors, logos, loading screens, etc. that you need. When you're happy with it, when we've got your approval, we're going to have our developers build the app for you, and we build each app, and it's each app is native. So we've got an iOS app and also an Android app. So it's going to be available in both the major app stores for your members to download. It should give you really good coverage of your members' devices that they're using. The final stage is launching it. So once your app is done, we upload it to the iOS Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, and then it's ready and there for your members to download and start using. What's more, we have a dedicated team that provides you all the help and support you need at every stage of the process. So you don't have to be a design expert. You don't have to have the best looking logo in the world. We have a design team that can help you with that. We have a team that can walk you through the onboarding process to help you configure your app in the best way, make use of many of the features that we've looked at here today in this webinar, and they'll really be able to give you the best advice from dealing with really from customers all around the world. So our team at the moment are currently releasing apps in the US, Canada, the UK, and also Australia. So we're ready and waiting to help you release your app whenever you're ready. Now, just before I pass back to Miranda, I know we've got a lot of users on this call who use the existing Member Me Plus app. So just wanted to take a quick look at this slide and just talk through some of the main differences between having the Member Me Plus app with your club listed versus your own custom branded mobile app. So the Member Me Plus app is what we call our aggregated app. So as many of you will be familiar with, your members will download Member Me Plus from the App Store. So that's what they're searching for. Then they search for your facility, and only once they've done that will they see your facility info, news, sessions, etc. With the branded app, they're searching for your branding in the App Store. So once downloaded, they're immediately going to see your home screen. They're immediately going to see your branding, your facility info, your community updates, your schedules, and much, much more. You will also have the option to create a custom design for your home screen as well, and get access to advanced features like waitlists that one of the things we talked about earlier for your classes and sessions. We've really found that from experience that this extra customization really does go a long way. Your members really notice the difference, that you've kind of gone that extra mile to create the unique user experience for your gym or sports facility. So I'm just going to pass back to Miranda now. She's going to be able to take you through the offer that we talked about right at the start of this call, and then she'll be able to go through and ask your questions, and hopefully we can get all those answered for you. But again, thanks again for taking the time to join us. Appreciate you listening. Hopefully you found some of this content useful today.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. A lot of great ideas in there, and I always love hearing them in terms of how they can be applied to different business models, different types of members and clients and activities, and really complement whatever else you have going on. A mobile app fills a different role and can add some interesting new ways of marketing and retaining your clients. So I always enjoy hearing this presentation and hearing those tips again and thinking of new ways to use them. Hope everyone else has felt the same way. If you do have questions, please go ahead and start entering them now, and we'll get to them in just a second. Before we do that, again, just a reminder, you will be sent the recording within an hour or so after we finish up here. That email will come from me, and inside it you will find not only your recording, but also this offer, which I see some of you are already eager to claim here as well. I see some of you messaging it already. But the offer itself is to get 50% off your own branded mobile app for life. So there isn't a limitation on this, which is really exciting. I mean, this is just such an excellent deal. And I see some of you have questions on the exact pricing and numbers, and we'll get into that in just a second. But one other part of this offer I want to make sure everyone's aware of, that if you are ready to move forward with starting to build your branded app today or tomorrow, so if you're ready to get started by the end of this week, we'd also like to throw in for you a free custom home screen design. So as Steve was mentioning, we do have designers on staff who are able to help you make that look really visually appealing and stunning for your clients to come into your app and see that splash screen first thing. So we want to help you do that. So if you're ready to move forward today, we'll add that to the offer for you as well. You do have a little bit of time to think about this as well. The full offer itself does last until the end of next month, but highly encourage you, if you're considering it, to go ahead and let us know now, because we'd love to give you that custom home screen as well. All right, so with that said, let's kick it off with some questions. And I think the first one that we've received is actually around the pricing of the app. So Steve, could you take us through that, what that looks like?
Yeah, of course. So the pricing is the branded mobile app itself is $99 per month, £75 British pounds if you're in the UK. Also, the only additional things there to consider are a £99 setup fee, which covers the process of getting your app onboarded in the App Store for you. The custom home screen design as well, that again we're offering free today, is actually typically priced at £200 one-off payment. So really they're a great offer that we've got there, and allows our design team, our team of experts, to kind of look at the images and the logos, etc., look at your current branding, and really come up with an awesome looking design for you. So hopefully that gives an idea of kind of the pricing, and also how much you can save by joining us today and taking up this offer. Excellent.
Thank you so much. Next question. This one was submitted during the registration process. I hope this individual is on today. So this question was, how would the age of my clients maybe play a role in how I'm making use of a mobile app?
Yeah, so as Miranda said, this one was asked in advance, so kind of had a bit of time to prepare for it, I guess. But it's a really interesting question, and probably something that maybe we don't often think about. I think it's it's easy to assume sometimes that, oh, well, everyone's got a smartphone, or everyone's comfortable downloading an app, or kind of booking into a session that way. I guess the thing that I did kind of from looking at that question is looking at some kind of research that was done, and based off some research that was done looking into specifically users using a health apps, so health and fitness based apps. And whilst, yes, of course, I think the challenge, I guess, would always be encouraging a member to have a smartphone that enables them to download the app. But really, once they have that have that app. So once they have the smartphone, they have the app downloaded, their engagement with health and fitness apps was way higher than kind of anyone. The age bracket I was previously looking at was kind of 18 to 40, and kind of the 40 plus bracket actually engage far more with a mobile app than somebody would. And maybe there's probably a few reasons for that, but I guess the first one being that maybe if you're comfortable downloading an app, then you're probably just going to download any app that you can, and maybe you don't engage with them as much. But perhaps the older generation are just downloading specific things that are going to help and improve their lives. But really the interesting thing I found was that once they've downloaded that app, the engagement is much higher. But again, I guess it's really specific. I can sit here and talk about kind of research that's been done and kind of our experience, but the main thing is that your members best. You speak to them on a probably almost daily basis. You're probably there in the facility, and you know them. So have those conversations with them. Find out if this is something you're considering, and perhaps you do have an older generation of clientele. Then find out. Do you see them with their mobile device walking into the facility, or do you see them putting it away in the locker room, or ask the questions, just kind of find out and see if it's something that they would like. I think whilst you'll get more engagement from them on a mobile app, from the research I was just talking about, they're probably likely to be the members that are more likely to engage with a survey, for example. So ask the question, is having a mobile app for the facility going to improve your experience? Ask the question to them. As I say, you know them best. Sorry, it's quite a long answer I've given there, so hopefully I've kind of covered the initial question.
Yes, I think so, definitely. I would agree. It sounds like the data points to, if you feel this is something that would be a fit for your audience, even if you may not have guessed that they would be the typical app users, apps in general get so much engagement that if you are tailoring it to your audience, you're likely going to see good results. Like any type of good marketing or business tactic, so long as you know your clientele, you're likely to be effective. Yeah, I think that's great. And again, just highlights the versatility of apps and everything that we're able to do with them. I see a couple of questions here about the offer, so I want to just address those quickly. Sarah, I see you're out of town. Yes, we will follow up with you regarding this offer, so don't worry about that. As far as whom to contact, if you are interested in getting started, we will reach out to you. If you've messaged us in the chat, indicated you're interested, or if you reply to the email that you get with the recording, we will make sure to follow up with you. We'll connect you with your account manager to keep that process smooth for you. So again, no worries on that. Let's see. All right, so here's a great question about the functionality of the app. Will the branded app allow clients to access their self-service portal and their account? So how do those two interact, I think would be a good question, with your Easy Facility software.
Yeah, definitely. So the schedule feature, looking at this image you can see on screen now, the image on the far right-hand side, it's just an example of a schedule. So this works very similar to the self-service portal where they can book their sessions. It's just in a mobile app and allows them to book. So the sessions that you're seeing there are exactly the same sessions that you would see on self-service, and you will also see in your Easy Facility account. Something else to point out, that they will also use the same user credentials for self-service as they would on the app. So they're not going to have to remember a new username and password to log into the app versus using self-service. And what you're also able to do is directly link your self-service to your app as well if you wanted to. So the app gives you the ability to create what we call a web link tile. So you can set that tile up to go directly to your self-service homepage, and users would be able to do anything that they would expect to do in the self-service in the by using that web link tile within the app as well. So all three systems, when we say systems, I mean Easy Facility, self-service, and the branded mobile app all talk to each other. So if you have, for example, a booking range that people are not allowed to book in advance of, or people are not allowed to cancel in advance of, then all of that it can be copied through to your mobile app. So if you're seeing that in service, you'll be able to see the same in the branded app as well. So that's fully customizable by you. So
Perfect. Thank you. So next question that we have here. So we've talked a couple of times about push notifications. So I think it might be good to clarify how things like that work. Is there a limit to push notifications? Are there additional charges or fees for anything like that?
Yeah, great question. And you know, the really positive answer to that is there are absolutely no restrictions on the amount of push notifications that you can send, and there are also no additional charges for push notifications. So this is all included as part of your monthly subscription fee to the branded app. So everything that we've looked at today, you know, specifically push notifications, is all included in that price. So no additional fees.
Perfect. We have had a couple of questions regarding differences between MemberMe Plus and the branded app. So specifically, other than searching in how you find the app in the App Store and that user experience, are there any other differences that we should be aware of?
Yeah, well, I guess the biggest one is the ability for you as a user to really customize that experience, or the user experience, for your members. So the MemberMe Plus, as we talked about, you know, you download MemberMe Plus, then you search for your club, you know, you make sure they found the right club, and then they save that as their home club. So there's a lot of steps there to get them to that homepage. But having that customizable ability to look at the home screen here, for example, you're able to kind of fully customize that home screen. You know, you're not limited to the number of tiles you can have on your home screen. So if there's things like the self-service we just talked about in the previous question, so you're able to link things like web link tiles using the self-service. It may be that you want to link kind of multiple web link tiles, again, which is something that's not available in the MemberMe Plus. You're limited to the one web link tile. So just gives you kind of more flexibility in terms of how you want your users to download, and really it's putting your branding out there. It really is by looking at something like this, it kind of really, that user experience is so much more improved, and it gives you the ability to really kind of put your stamp on the app and what you want your members to see.
Yeah, absolutely. We did have a question also about membership cards. I knew you mentioned how those work at a high level. Just want to clarify again exactly how they work and if they're available on both the branded and MemberMe Plus apps.
Yeah, so they work by linking directly to the member's profile in your Easy Facility account. So if you're, you know, for example, somebody would download the app, they would log into to that member card tile to set it up for the first time. They're going to be asked for some credentials like their name, membership number, things like that. That's going to then configure their own barcode, which is going to be directly linked to their profile in Easy Facility, much like they would if, you know, on the barcode, for example, or an RFID band, it links to a number. So it's going to allow them to use that as a replacement for physically checking into the facility. One thing to note here, and majority of scanners these days are 2D, but you will need a 2D barcode scanner to scan a membership card, and that's mainly just because of the glare of a screen versus something like a membership card. So that's the only thing there of note, that you should just make sure you've got a 2D barcode scanner. But again, if you haven't, and this is something that you're interested in, then all of those 2D barcode scanners are available on our hardware store. You'll find on our website.
Great, thank you so much. Looks like this might be one of our, getting to the end of our questions list here. I'll go through it one more time. This may be one of the last ones. But does the app have the ability to select language preferences?
I'm presuming when you say language preferences, it's specifically in having the app in another language. So my answer to that would be the app is in English. Things here that we're looking at on the home screen, however, we're looking at, if I just look at schedule, check-in, member card there, just as the top line of that home screen, all of that is free text. So if you would prefer to have that in another language, then you're absolutely able to do that. And again, that's going to pull from your Easy Facility account. So if your sessions are listed in another language, then they would appear here. But things like the date, instructor, activities, etc., they are all going to be in English.
Perfect, thank you. Now, I think this will be actually a good question to end on. So this individual is considering a mobile app, a branded app for their facility, and they'd like to understand how you'd recommend maintaining the app, keeping it fresh, making sure there are no technical issues, and just keeping it fresh to keep their clients engaged, I think is one of the main points here.
Yeah, that's a great question, and it probably ties back a little bit to what I was talking about a couple of slides ago, just with regards to being fully in control of the app with our home screen builder. So it allows you to update your home screen. So I'm sure if you looked at your website, for example, for your business, it probably looks very different to how it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago, because of course things change, trends change, the industry changes. So you're going to want to be able to make updates and improvements to your app at all times. And that's probably going to come from kind of feedback from your members as well. So if you're getting a lot of requests from people saying, oh, I can't find the member card, but actually it's much further down your home screen, you might think should probably be a good idea to move that to one of the top rows, for example. So I would recommend always, yeah, it's good to be able to refresh the look and feel of your home screen. It may just be a simple update of the image, the background image there that we're looking at, or it could be that you've completely rebranded your business, so of course you want to rebrand the app with that as well. Things to keep that I would recommend to keep things fresh. Also, things like latest news we've got on there. Just making sure you've got regular news updated in there, because it's not a great look if somebody downloads your app for the first time and they go to check the latest news and the last one news article there was 18 months ago. So just making sure there's kind of relevant news and just bringing people up to date with what's happening at the facility, or what sessions you've got kind of coming up, what new things you've got going on. So but again, this is fully controlled by you, so you will have access to your own admin portal where you will be able to completely change the home screen, update news and info, send push notifications and things like that. And our support team are here to help as well. So if you've got any questions at all, you mentioned some kind of technical kind of support there as well. So our support team are here to help on that, and of course we have a team that fully monitor this from a technical standpoint as well.
And we release updates to the apps as well, so when new things are developed, you'll get access to them as well too. So.
Of course, yeah, that's a great point that I didn't actually cover. So yeah, we will constantly make sure that your app is running the latest version of the app itself, whether that's the iOS or Android version. So if there's improvements that are made, then of course we'll upgrade your app as well. So allows you to make sure you're kind of, you're ahead of the game there.
Excellent. Yeah, and I just want to add one last thing to kind of what you were saying in terms of updating your news and other things going on at your facility. And I know that sometimes when you've already got several marketing activities that you're doing, you're updating your website and your social media and you're sending emails, that sometimes it can feel like another thing added to the list. But I think we have to keep in mind the engagement metrics that Steve shared, that apps outperform many of those channels. So this is one where it's worthwhile to invest a little bit of extra time. And then also it doesn't need to be that many tasks added to your plate, because you can use a lot of the same updates that you're putting elsewhere for your business. The same updates that you're putting on social media, those can be integrated right into the app directly. The same events or seasonal things that you're posting on your website, again, can be linked into your app and reused. So a lot of potential here. I know that there are some other specific questions that some of you had regarding the offer and getting started, and we will definitely answer those for you. We prefer to do that one-on-one so that we're answering everything that you need and making sure you have a full understanding of what this would look like for your business. So what I will do is I will reach out to each of your account managers at Easy Facilities so that you get to speak with the person you're used to speaking with about your account, and we take care of all of that for you. Again, the recording will go out in the next half hour to an hour, so expect to see an email from me. And I just want to thank everyone again for joining us today, taking the time out of your day, and for all the interest you've expressed. We're really excited to help all of you with this, and hope that you enjoyed it.
Brilliant. Yeah, just to echo that as well, and hopefully look forward to working with many of you as we get your branded app set up. Thanks again for your time.
Right. Bye, everyone. Thank you again.
Thanks, everyone.